news that I'm extremely pleased to share with you guys, and we're going to be talking about that. Where you can find a new weekly show that I'm going to be doing, and hopefully reaching a vast new audience. I also want to talk about what we have coming up today, the day after the 21st anniversary of 9/11. Later this evening, I'm going to be on the Quite Frankly program. Yet again, those guys, I should say those guys, he does a great job. I really enjoy his show. I think he's awesome. And I'm very happy that I'm going to be going on that program. So let's just make the announcement right now. I am going to be doing a weekly program with Red Voice Media. Now, I know a lot of you have been concerned that, I've been doing a lot of right-wing events, aka the Reawaken America tour. I've certainly been talking to more and more people with those type of viewpoints. But as I have always stated, I'm not here to preach to the choir at all. Not even close. I'm trying to reach as many people as humanly possible. So, man, I'm super pumped about it. I'm trying to expand this show. And by the way, we might even have more announcements than just that in the coming weeks. A lot of you guys now know that my girlfriend works over at the Gateway Pundit, Alicia Powell. She does just phenomenal work, in my opinion, over there. And she has been such a blessing in my life. She's not only beautiful, intelligent, well-spoken, and writes great stuff, but she's helped me become a better person, period. And that's what good relationships do. And, I plan on marrying this girl and spending the rest of my life with her and building something, so that we can continue to bring people the truth. Because I truly do believe that this stuff is not about right or left. It is always going to be about right and wrong. And there are a lot of people out there that conflate the two, right? They want to pick a side. I'm not picking a side. My side is always going to be truth and justice. I want to make that extremely clear. I'm never going to change that, period. It's not going to happen. I'm always going to speak my mind. No one is going to tell me what I can and cannot say. And so once again, guys, I'm going to build a little bit of a new virtual studio. And starting this Friday, it will be a completely exclusive Red Voice Media program. So buckle up, get ready. I can't wait. I hope you can't wait either. What's coming up today? We got 2 more broadcasts coming up today. Now, the first broadcast, we're coming up at the top of the hour with John Fitch, hopefully. Hopefully he's going to join me for Mixed Martial Mindset. I haven't gotten confirmation. But we're going to be talking about the 5 tyrannies that continue after 9/11 and were empowered through 9/11. We're going to be talking about fusion centers, the Patriot Act, Homeland Security, signature reduction, and Five Eyes. And that program, I can't wait for. You guys all know that I'm a big UFC and MMA guy, and we're obviously going to talk about the card and those type of things as well. Now, after that, we're going to do a program that might be a little bit divisive towards some people, especially those that really want to get into my comments or want to come into my Twitter and talk about a person named Judy Wood, okay? And here's the deal. I want to start by saying this, and I'm probably going to regurgitate this later on, okay? I'm not saying that other technologies, other than just regular explosives or thermite, were used in the World Trade Center, okay? Judy Wood is a crazy person. Whether you believe her on directed energy weapons or not, I want to reiterate this. She's a crazy person. Now, I've met and talked with a lot of people in the scientific communities, okay? And yeah, a lot of them have a little bit of a social awkwardness. Some people might call it, an Asperger's type of pseudo-autism, etc., etc. This woman is full on insane. Okay, she's totally nuts. I've known this for years. And for those that don't know, she also pushes the very wrong theory and, quite frankly, disinformation that no planes hit the towers. Let me repeat that. Okay, I have talked to so many eyewitnesses that not only observed the planes hitting the towers, I've watched every video out there of the second plane hitting the tower. Obviously, the one video of the plane actually going to the tower. There's another video of the first impact where you don't see the plane because it's at a different angle. But continually, I see insane people or disinformation agents posting a video where they have literally edited out the plane on the side. I have the original footage and say, look, they caught it on tape, but you've never seen it. What? I'm going to show you how the no planes theory was started. Not only does Judy Wood endorse it, she's got it on her website. We're going to show you that. We're going to show you a video of her laughing about it, saying it was like a cartoon Yosemite Sam. I'm sorry. What's the not Yosemite Sam, Wile E. Coyote type cartoon, okay? And then I'm going to show you who started that bullshit, okay? And I met with this person long before We Are Change was a thing, and even before Loose Change 2nd edition came out. The man's name is Nico Hopt, and I'm going to show you how he was part of a pseudo CIA interrogation program via Josh Harris, internet entrepreneur, and somebody who had an underground, it wasn't even a base, it was an underground society. There's a video out there called We Live in Public Now. It's a documentary. It came out in 2010. And Nico Hopt openly did insane things on camera and sat in one of those interrogation rooms. And this is the guy that came up with Westcom and TV fakery. And now it's gotten to the point, okay, it's not just people like Judy Wood or people like Morgan Reynolds, who at first seemed like a credible whistleblower from within the George W. Bush administration going to no planes, okay, but it has extended into people like Lynn Wood, who was an obvious disinfo agent and grifter during the Trump administration. And I now have somebody inside my Twitter who not only goes with the no planes bullshit, but is trying to put out the theory that the towers were empty. Let me repeat that. That the towers were empty before they were brought down in an obvious controlled demolition. I want you to think about that for a second. These are ridiculous statements to look absurd on their face. Now, does that mean I don't have questions about why there were burned out cars and rust-filled cars and some of the temperatures that were there for a very long time, or the trivium aspect? You know, I did an interview with Derek Brose where he kind of went down the line. And I've looked into every single theory out there. Mini nukes, directed energy weapons, traditional explosives, etc. And I'm not dismissive of, again, exotic technologies or things that may differ from the norm. But I can tell you this. You have one person who is an insane person. Okay, we're going to show you. She's legitimately a crazy person. I'm going to discuss a video that I hope somebody one day can find, but it got scrubbed from the internet. It was back in the old school days of YouTube, attacking me, attacking Loose Change, I think attacking Scholars for 9/11 Truth at the time, okay, where Judy Wood is with that individual, Nico Hopt, as Nico Hopt runs around in his underwear with a pumpkin mask on because they're crazy people. Okay, sometimes crazy is just crazy. But when we break it down today and I show you the videos of Judy Wood, when I show you the videos of Nico Hopt, when I explain to you who Josh Harris is and how he was actually connected to an art group inside the World Trade Center that he taped via a helicopter as they took out a window, the Gelatin Bee crew, all right, the bee thing, and now is saying that the FBI's after him. Meanwhile, he had, I believe it was Harold Kaufman, ex-CIA agent and interrogator, down below pre-9/11 in this like mind control experiment. I hope people start to get it, because every time I do a video on 9/11, somebody comes in with that. And some of you people are well-meaning people. You have no idea what I'm talking about, okay? She's the only one that does that. And what do they all constantly do? They constantly attack good people like Richard Gage and members of Architects and Engineers for 9/11 Truth that literally have hundreds of scientists just pointing out that the official explanation is Johnny nonsense, which I think, you know, again, is a good thing, because we don't want wild speculation. We want to disprove the lies that have been put out and have a real investigation. Okay, there is no doubt that there were explosives in the World Trade Center. There's no doubt. The lobby was blown out. The lower levels, it went down 10 stories below ground level, okay? Explosions went off there, okay? It's not a debate. There were explosives inside the World Trade Center. Now, were they combined with other things? Maybe. But think about who's pushing these things. You should never get behind an insane person. And, you know, when I do have conversations with people who are well-meaning and understand that I'm not coming at this, you know, out of a reaction, right? And that I've actually done my research and I've actually looked into things like directed energy weapons, which do exist, by the way. In fact, I've pointed out in the documentation, that 2025 NASA document, that they openly have blast wave accelerators, okay? In Annie Jacobson's book, DARPA, the Pentagon's Brain, she discusses directed energy weapons. I'm constantly talking about space warfare and that type of technology. So again, I'm not saying that technology doesn't exist, but I'm telling you the people that are pushing the weapons thing are there either to discredit, okay, genuinely really haven't done their research into Judy Wood and who she is, and are getting into a disinformation campaign that can immediately be linked to, quote unquote, no planes hitting the World Trade Center. So if you join late, I want to let you know again, we got a new show, Red Voice Media. I'm so excited. It's going to be on Fridays, once a week to start. We're expanding. We're getting bigger. We're doing it better. I'm excited. I hope you join me for Mixed Martial Mindset coming up at the top of the hour, where we're going to talk about, again, just the tyrannical organizations, edicts, executive orders that came out of 9/11. And then later this afternoon, before we go on, quite frankly, I'm going to do the video exposing Dr. And I hate even saying doctor. So they always put doctor. I feel bad because Judy Wood also got to Jesse Ventura at a time that Jesse Ventura was doing good work. But then you look at what Jesse Ventura's been talking about recently, and he's flipped to the other side. I don't know what happened. You know, I have a lot of respect for Jesse, and I think that he's done a lot of good things too, but he fell for her bullshit. Okay? I don't even like she may be a doctor, at the same time that somehow gives her some kind of an elevation. Dr. Judy Wood. She's a crazy person. In fact, I wasn't even going to bring it up, but the Sunday show for Alex Jones, he wasn't hosting, but the two hosts had this individual on there that kept citing Judy Wood and how great she was. And he even talked about, I'm not sure about the holograms on 9/11. Guys, no Westcam, no TV fakery, no holograms. Planes hit the buildings. Let me repeat it. Planes hit the buildings. All right? Now, do I think that they were the commercial aircraft that they told us that they were? I think there's a lot of evidence suggesting that they were actually military aircraft, or they were remote-controlled aircraft. But I promise you, they were aircraft. So I would always say to people, do your own research, have your own discernment, look at everything. But again, remember, when you're dealing with people that are talking about things that are easily discredited and easily put you into a place where people will question your sanity, and rightfully so, you have to wonder. You have to wonder where it really comes from. Where does that disinformation campaign really come from? And remember, I was there at the ground level. I was in 9/11 Truth. Again, a year after the attacks, I was studying hardcore. Hardcore. So that's what's coming up. I want you to join me. If you didn't catch the Fabled Enemies watch along, I had a really great time doing it. I got a little emotional at the end because it's an emotional time. But you can check that out and so much more. All my documentary films are free. Thumbs the video up, subscribe, and share. And guys, I will see you at the top of the hour with John Fitch. Later on, everybody. I love you, and I'll see you on the flip side.